If you haven't already done so, close your eyes down and begin taking some nice deep breaths. And if you like, on the exhales, you can imagine letting go of anything that's happened so far today, anything coming up later, or anything that's been on your mind, as though you could just breathe it all away for now. And continuing to breathe deeply, just take a moment to listen to the sounds that are going on around you. Just observing whatever's taking place in your background. Listening for the obvious sounds, but also listening underneath that or behind that for anything subtle, anything distant, whatever you can observe. And also taking some time to think about sounds that could take place, the sounds that are normal or expected for your environment that aren't happening currently but could at some point. Now, by taking some time off the top to listen to sounds that are taking place and to think about ones that might, you'll find that should there be sounds that occur while you're doing this session, that you're nicely able to leave them in the background, able to focus on my voice or your own experience, and just let everything else be unimportant for now. The exception to that would be an emergency sound or a sound that you feel you must respond to. Should there be something like that that occurs, you can bring yourself back to normal consciousness simply by opening your eyes. And so keeping them closed for now, just get a sense of the room that you're in. See what you remember of your space. Maybe you have a sense of the size or shape of the room, or the layout of the furniture. Maybe you can recall things like colors or decor. Maybe you can locate a window, a closet, a door, or some other feature of this room. If the room has a window, perhaps you could imagine moving over to it and looking outside, recalling or imagining the view. And because this process requires you to use your memory or imagination, just settling in a bit more. And now bring your attention in closer, this time noticing the furniture that you're resting upon. Just noticing what it feels like beneath you or behind you. Noticing how it supports your body. Noticing if any cushions feel soft or firm or somewhere in between. Maybe even imagining what you might look like resting there, as though you could somehow step out of your body, turn around, and still see yourself there. And again, simply because you're using your imagination, just settling in a bit more. And now bring your awareness right inside your body and see if you can locate your center, wherever that seems to be. And once you've found it, just spend some time observing that. Is it deep within your body or closer to the surface? Does it have a size, a shape, or a color? Is there movement or activity in your center, or does it feel calm and quiet? There's no right or wrong answers to these questions. We're just observing. And now I'd like you to shift your attention once again, this time taking your awareness to your breathing. And just as you were doing with the room, the furniture, your center earlier, now just observing your breath. And as you focus on your breathing, practice breathing the way you would if you were perfectly relaxed or fast asleep, taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And just let your attention rest with your breathing for a little while. Maybe you're noticing movements or sounds associated with your breathing, the rhythm of your breathing, In fact, find something that you can hold your attention on, something to do with your breathing. Maybe you count your breaths as a way of keeping your attention there. Maybe you focus on a movement or a sound or a sensation, using that as a focal point for your awareness. But finding something to do with your breathing that you can keep your attention on, and then just hold your attention there. Taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths, keeping your attention fixed on that spot. Now, there may be times when your mind will want to wander or drift, and that's okay. When that happens, just notice that it's happened, and then gently return your attention back to that focal point. Bring it back to your breathing again. Just doing this while I'm quiet, taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths as you work to keep your attention fixed on your breathing, catch your mind when it drifts, and gently return it back. Taking nice, long, slow breaths as you observe your breathing. At the Ascension Center, we believe that your subconscious is your superpower. The subconscious enables us to do so many things, and yet many people are unfamiliar with their own subconscious mind. And so in this session, we're going to spend some time talking about what the subconscious is, so that you can have a new or deeper appreciation for your own capacity, for all of the things your subconscious is capable of doing. And then we're going to go into some ways that you can use your own subconscious to help you achieve things that are important to you. We will even practice doing so in this session so that you get a sense of how to do it, and therefore can do it more easily and more effectively on your own. And so first, let's talk about your subconscious. Now, the first thing I'd like you to appreciate about your subconscious is that it's been with you forever. When you're born only with your subconscious mind, meaning that we don't have our conscious mind at that time. And the primary function of your subconscious mind is self-preservation. The job of your subconscious is essentially to keep you safe. And so it's been with you your entire life, keeping you safe, protecting you. Nobody has worked harder than your subconscious to take care of you, to have your back. Your subconscious has been paying attention to everything that's happened in your life and categorizing them as safe or dangerous. See, the subconscious operates very simplistically. Because it is not the logical part of your mind and, in fact, is illogical, it has no ability to assess or evaluate. Instead, it works by association. If something gets a positive association, even if it's not actually positive to your logical mind, your subconscious says, let's do more of that. And in the same vein, if something gets a negative association, even if it's something positive, your subconscious will say, let's avoid that. And so the subconscious operates very simplistically. Your subconscious has been paying attention to people, events, places, and experiences in your life, and deciding through association which things are safe for you and which things are not. It's been protecting you from the things that it has categorized as unsafe. And so your subconscious has been with you all along, and it's been watching out for you. It's got your back, it's your most trusted friend. And yet so many people are unfamiliar with their own subconscious. So aside from knowing that your subconscious is protective in nature and has always been with you, what else is there to know? Well, your subconscious is also your long-term memory. It stores and keeps track of all of your life's events. And so by working with the subconscious, we can also tap into memories and experiences that are stored within it. You can recall things from your past, remember things that have happened to you, and understand the impact of those events, positive or negative. And so your subconscious has all of your life experience stored within it. It knows everything about you. It's been with you through it all. It's been with you through every heartbreak and every struggle and disappointment. It's also been with you through every success, every win, every good moment. It really is your most familiar and trusted friend. Your subconscious is also your creative mind. Anytime you do a creative activity, music, drawing, painting, writing, you are accessing your own subconscious. It's because of that part of your mind that you're able to do those things. Your subconscious mind also generates all of your emotions. Anytime you're feeling really grateful, really angry, really excited, any emotional state, you're tapping into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious also runs 90 to 95% of all your behavior. It runs all of the functions in your body that you don't need to think about. It keeps your heart beating, your hair growing, your food digesting, your lungs breathing. It also operates any behavior that was once new, but has since become automatic to you, such as walking or speaking in your mother tongue. When I say 2 plus 2, and you automatically fill in the gap with 4, that answer is coming from your subconscious mind. It knows all of the things that you've studied, memorized, or committed to memory, or the things that are familiar to you, like your birth date, shoe size, or middle name. Your subconscious is also the seat of your intuition. We think with our logical mind, but we sense or feel or get intuitive hits with the subconscious. If you've ever had the experience of talking to somebody and knowing something about them, or feeling the hair stand up on the back of your neck even though there was no understandable reason for that response, that was your subconscious picking up on something about that person intuitively. In fact, the subconscious is capable of picking up on stimuli in your environment to a much broader degree than your rational mind. For example, when a subliminal message is put in a piece of advertising, your logical mind misses it, but your subconscious takes it in. This explains why some people have a reaction that happens from out of the blue that they don't understand. Have you ever found yourself having an emotional or physical reaction that you couldn't pinpoint what started it? On a logical level, you might be unaware of what you're responding to, but the subconscious is responding to something. It's just that what it's responding to is not in your conscious awareness. Your subconscious is picking up on something that consciously you can't detect. Your subconscious also contains within it all of your beliefs. When we're born, all we have is subconscious mind. We don't develop our logical mind until we're 2 or 3 years old. And in fact, it takes until 8 or 9 for it to be fully developed. What this means is that for pretty much the first decade or so of our lives, we're taking in messages and information from the world around us, and it's imprinting into the subconscious, informing or creating our belief system. For example, we observe our parents while we're growing up, and we learn how to be in the world based on their modeling, on their example. The things said to us or about us, the things we're exposed to, get imprinted into our psyche. Our subconscious takes it in, and later this informs how we behave, how we respond, who we are. We can also program our own subconscious to do what we want it to do. Because the subconscious runs the majority of our behavior, when we can access the subconscious and instruct it to perform a new behavior, the subconscious readily takes in that instruction. And so your subconscious is your emotional mind, your creative mind, your intuitive mind. It multitasks by running many functions in your body and all of your automatic behavior. It is the part of your mind that has your back and is working to protect you. It contains within it all of your life experiences, knows everything about you, and runs the majority of your behavior and can be programmed to do what we want it to do. And this means that we can use the subconscious to expand our creative ability, our intuitive ability, to get our emotions where we want them to be. We can use the subconscious to change our behaviors, our beliefs, to look into our past to get clarity and insight into how we've become who we are. But the subconscious is so much more than that. The subconscious is also the gateway to Source, the all that is, the powers that be. When we're communicating to the subconscious, we're also communicating to the Source. And when we're accessing our subconscious mind, we can also access Source. What this means is that we can use our subconscious to collect information about any person, place, or event, past, present, or future, as in the case of remote viewing, because all of that information is contained at the source, and we can access it through working with our subconscious mind. Along the same lines, we can also use our subconscious to manifest. When we're focusing on what it is we want to attract, or what it is we'd like to experience, particularly in a state where we're in tune with our subconscious, we are relaying the message to the powers that be, and through law of attraction, what we focus on, we draw back to us like a powerful magnet. And so your subconscious runs 90 to 95% of all your behavior, all of your emotional responses. It's the seat of your creativity and your intuition, as well as your belief system. The subconscious can be programmed to do what we want it to do, and we can also use the subconscious to manifest and to access information from Source. Who would we be without our subconscious mind? And so let's talk about a couple of ways that you can use your subconscious. Now, first, it's important to know how to speak to or access your subconscious mind, so that when you move on to use it, your subconscious understands what you're asking it to do. Because the subconscious is the creative and emotional mind, it responds beautifully to symbolism and imagery, as well as emotion. When we imagine something within our minds, we're using our subconscious because that's the part of the mind that we access whenever we're doing something creative. And so simply envisioning or imagining a certain outcome you desire sort of calls the subconscious forth. It's particularly powerful if you can include emotion while you're thinking about or imagining the outcome you desire. Again, because the subconscious is your emotional mind, when you imagine the thing you want to experience or the outcome you desire, and you feel the emotion of what it would be like to have that, to experience that, your subconscious is now paying attention. It responds to imagery and emotion. Those are the language of the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious also becomes available to us whenever our brainwaves slow down. Now, typically, we spend the majority of our day in a beta state. This is a state where we are in our normal waking state. We're aware of the passage of time and the space that we're in. We're thinking critically. We're using our logical mind. When we move down into an alpha or a theta state, we are now tapping into the subconscious mind. In these deeper brainwave level states, the subconscious is accessible. The thinking mind sort of steps to the side, meaning that we can access our deeper mind, our subconscious, more easily. Accessing deeper brainwave level states happens naturally over the course of any given day, but we can also do it intentionally. Our brainwaves slow down naturally whenever we drift off to sleep. They have to in order to get from beta, our waking state, down to delta, our sleep state. In the middle are alpha and theta, which is where we can access the subconscious mind. This is the brainwave level state that we go into when we're in hypnosis or when we're meditating. In an alpha or theta state, the subconscious is more receptive to our requests. And so this means that we can use that period of time as we're drifting off to speak to and make requests of our subconscious mind. Knowing that you can access your subconscious when you're in a deeper brainwave level state, such as meditating, doing hypnosis, or drifting off to sleep, and knowing you can access your subconscious by using imagery and emotion, you're probably already getting ideas as to what you can do with your own subconscious mind. But let me give you some possibilities and then we'll practice together. Now, you could use any one of those deeper brainwave level states to access your subconscious and then envision or imagine outcomes you desire. This could be healthy behaviors you'd like to engage in, things you wish to manifest, experiences you'd like to have. And remember, it's particularly powerful to do this when you can get into the feeling state of what it would be like to actually have those experiences or new behaviors. It's a triple whammy. You have the deeper brainwave level state, the imagination, as well as the emotion, which all allow you to access your own subconscious mind. So you can program your subconscious for new behaviors. You get into a deeper brainwave level state, and then through using imagery, show your subconscious the new behaviors you'd like to engage in, or show it what it is you'd like to manifest. Remember to keep it positive. Focus on the outcomes you desire instead of the behavior you'd like to change. For example, if I want to eat healthier, I could imagine images of myself making healthy meals, eating healthy meals, or ordering healthy food when I eat out in a restaurant. Imagining eating healthy food is more effective than telling my subconscious I don't want to eat unhealthy food. The subconscious doesn't understand language as much as it understands imagery, and you want to focus on the positive outcome that you want because the subconscious is responding to the images you hold in your mind. If I tell you, don't think of a pink elephant, you have to think of a pink elephant to tell yourself not to. And so telling you not to think of a pink elephant just reinforces the idea of a pink elephant in your mind. And so it's counterproductive to focus on what you don't want. It just reinforces more of that. Instead, you want to focus on what you do want. And I want to use imagery because that's the language of the subconscious. The subconscious only has a very rudimentary understanding of language. It has learned to associate certain words or phrases with certain things, but that's about as far as its understanding of language goes. I can tell my subconscious what I want through imagery. That's a far more effective way to program your own subconscious mind. You can also ask your subconscious questions in that deeper brainwave level state and see what answers float back. Because your subconscious is connected to Source, it's connected to all information that exists, past, present, or future. And so again, you can get into a deeper brainwave level state, connecting you to your subconscious mind, and then ask it questions and see what answers float back. Now, you may receive your answer while you're in that state, or the answer may come to you later on. And again, because the subconscious is not the language-using part of the mind, it can be useful to know how your subconscious will answer you, how your subconscious communicates. Now, the subconscious uses emotion, memory, imagery, intuition, and even dreams to speak back to you. It may even give you what I call a nudge, which is a prompting to do something or go somewhere or take some action. And your job is to watch out for those prompts from your subconscious and then to follow them when they occur. Let me give you an example. Let's say I have a business challenge that I'm struggling with. I might go into a deeper brainwave level state by meditating for a while, and then speak to my subconscious about the challenge I'm having and ask it to provide me a solution. Maybe that solution will appear within my mind in the form of an insight, intuition, a memory, or a thought. Or maybe that solution will come to me at a later time. And so I need to pay attention to how that request is fulfilled by my subconscious. Perhaps I will have a clear, vivid dream that lingers the next day because my subconscious is trying to get my attention. And when I look at that dream, I discover that it has within it exactly the answer I was looking for. Maybe my subconscious will respond in another way. Maybe I'll feel compelled or moved to go somewhere, open up a website, or read a book, talk to a particular person, to take some sort of action, which is really my subconscious showing me how to find the results I'm looking for. Or maybe a memory will come up for me, again, a lingering memory. The subconscious will keep bringing it into your awareness until you pay attention. So maybe it'll be a memory that contains within it the information I need, or maybe it'll pop into my mind like an intuitive hit. And because your subconscious is connected to Source, you can also use your subconscious to get information from Source. Again, you can go into a meditative or alpha state, a deeper brainwave level state, where you're tapping into your subconscious mind. And in much the same way, you might request an answer to a personal challenge or information that you'd like from Source. And so to recap the ways you can use your subconscious, you can get into a deeper brainwave level state through meditation, self-hypnosis, or taking advantage of that natural trance state that occurs as you're drifting off to sleep. You can then use those times to speak to your own subconscious. You might ask it questions. You might show it through imagery and emotion what it is you'd like to experience, what you'd like to feel, what you'd like to manifest. You can imagine outcomes that you desire. You can play through scenarios of you doing things differently to show your subconscious the new behaviors you'd like to engage in. You can pose questions to your subconscious mind and see what answers float back, either in the moment or as you carry on throughout your day. You can ask for information from Source, or ask your subconscious for a solution to a challenge that you're having. And you'll find that having done this session and what we're going to do next in practicing, that you remember how and are able to access your own subconscious. Now, since you are in a deeper brainwave level state right now, and therefore your subconscious is listening in, let's practice with this a little bit. Let's focus on an outcome that you desire or something you'd like to manifest. In a moment, I'm going to be quiet. And in that quiet time, I'd like you to think of a goal that you'd like your subconscious to help you with. Is there a behavior that you'd like to change? Is there something you want to manifest in your life? Is there something you would like to experience or something you'd like to have? Take some time while I'm quiet to consider what it is you'd like to request from your subconscious. Now, in a moment, I'm going to be quiet again. This time around, I want you to take some time to consider how you would know that goal has been achieved. What would life be like? Would there be anything new in your environment? Would you be saying things to yourself that are different than what you've said before? What would be some evidence that you've succeeded at achieving this goal or attracting this experience or thing that you want? Now, to follow up on my healthy eating example that I used earlier, if I were manifesting being able to eat more healthfully here, I would be thinking about what would be different in my life if I were to do that. Maybe I would be shopping in the produce section more frequently, or going to farmers markets to get fresh produce. Maybe I would be going online to look for healthy recipes. Maybe I would stock my fridge with nutritious food, or maybe I'd be more organized in doing my prep. Or maybe when I stood on a scale, my numbers would be different than they were in the past. And so I'd like you to think about what would be different if you were to achieve this goal. How would you know that this was working? What would show up in your life that would be new or different? Taking some time to think about that now while I'm quiet. Now, this may sound like a departure, but humor me. I like to think of the subconscious as being a little bit like a GPS. I know you're familiar with the concept. You have a location you'd like to get to, but no idea how to get there. But if you can program it into the GPS, the rest is easy. A map appears, a voice comes on, tells you what direction to go in, how far to go, where to turn. All you have to do is follow that voice and you can get to your destination. However, a GPS is pretty much useless if you don't program a destination into it. How can it get you where you want to go if you haven't identified where that is? Well, the subconscious is very similar. It runs the majority of your behavior. It knows the route to get you from where you are to where you want to be. But like a GPS, it does need to, in a sense, be programmed with the destination you have in mind. When you've done that, because your subconscious operates the majority of your behavior, you'll find that you're moving to that destination far more easily. And so you've taken some time to think about what you want to achieve and what would be different in your life if you were to achieve that. This next time around, while I'm quiet, we're going to give that message to your subconscious mind. We're going to, in a sense, program it like a GPS coordinate so your subconscious has something to move you towards. And so while I'm quiet, I want you to play through in your mind scenarios of having been successful achieving this goal, as though you could project yourself into the future and imagine or sense or feel what life would be like with this goal complete. And while you're doing that, bring in the emotion of what it will be like for those experiences to be taking place, allowing yourself to experience those emotions in the here and now. And so to follow up on my example, I might imagine that I'm shopping in the produce section, and I might tap into the feeling of being pleased with myself and proud of myself that I'm eating so healthfully. I might imagine that I'm making a delicious meal and I'm in my happy place, feeling those positive emotions of cooking healthy food. And so I'm imagining the outcomes that would prove my goal has been achieved while tapping into the emotions of what it would be like to experience those outcomes in my day-to-day life. And so while I'm quiet, I'd like you to play through scenarios in your mind of you having achieved your goal. And while you do, see if you can tap into the emotions, allow yourself to experience them right here, right now, the emotions of what it will actually be like to be doing those things that you're imagining. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes of clock time to do this, and then my voice will come back on. Now, having taken some time to think about what it is you wish to manifest and to play through those scenarios within your mind, your subconscious now understands what you want it to do. And you may find that a really interesting thing begins to happen. You just feel yourself moving in that direction. Maybe you'll notice that you're getting those nudges, those impulses. You feel drawn to do this or try that. Your subconscious is moving you into action. Maybe you'll notice that the right people or opportunities are showing up for you, as though your subconscious has just ordered up everything that will help you move forward more easily. Now, in some cases, there's a block or barrier that's keeping us from going where we'd like to go. Maybe there's a belief or association on a subconscious level that might interfere. Now, in this case, your subconscious will help you in another way. If there is anything that needs to be understood or addressed to help you move forward with this particular goal, you'll find that you're getting insight or clarity into that. Now, remember me saying your subconscious knows everything about you. It's got all your history stored within. And so it also knows if there's anything that could potentially keep you from achieving the thing you've imagined achieving. If in fact there's anything else that needs to be understood, addressed, or worked through for you to accomplish that goal more easily, you'll find it coming up for you. And so again, watch out for insights, those cathartic moments when suddenly things make sense. Although sometimes communication from the subconscious can feel more subtle. It might feel like you're guessing, connecting the dots, or speculating. For some people, it's a memory that surfaces, either a full memory from beginning to end that they're able to observe in a calm and neutral sort of way. But it can also be more of a snippet of a memory, a name, an age, a year, an event, a face, an experience. It could be a clear, vivid dream, the kind of dream that lingers the next day as though trying to get your attention. And you may even find yourself thinking about your situation from a bit of a different angle, as though you're entertaining a different perspective. It could also come forward in the sense of a knowing or a feeling. It could be intuitive. And so you'll notice one of two things is beginning to occur. Either your subconscious understood what you were asking it to do, took in what you asked through imagery and feeling, and is moving you in the direction of the outcome you desire. Your subconscious has got that GPS coordinate set, and it's moving you in that direction. Or, if there's a potential block or barrier that would keep you from achieving that goal, your subconscious will give you insight, give you clarity as to what that might be. And often, just having the insight is enough for us to do things in a different way. And you'll notice that having done this recording, that you have a deeper appreciation and understanding of your own subconscious mind and everything that it can do for you. And you now know how to access your subconscious and speak to it in a language that it understands. You'll notice you're more easily able to achieve the things that you would like to achieve. You see evidence that when you request something from your subconscious, it responds. You're developing a deeper connection with your own subconscious. You're able to understand it and how to use it and how to speak to it and how to hear back from it. You're leveraging the power of your own subconscious to improve your life or to create the circumstances you desire, and able to see evidence that your subconscious is playing along. Your subconscious is all about your self-preservation, supporting you in achieving the things you wish to achieve. And you'll notice that you're easily able to tap into that power that exists within your own subconscious and use it to benefit yourself. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. As I count up, you'll feel yourself returning to normal waking awareness. Mind waking up, body waking up, feeling better than before. Number 1, getting a great sleep tonight. While you sleep, your subconscious will continue to process and integrate these suggestions and the work that we've done so that the results are even more obvious. Number 2, getting lasting, tangible, obvious, positive, and empowering results from this work that we've done in this session. And number 3, feeling yourself returning now. Mind waking up, body waking up, feeling better than before. And with the next number, when you're ready, you can open your eyes, awake, alert, and aware. Number 5, all the way back now.